Lopez here at Tropicana Field, here alongside Drew Butera, the former Knight and the Minnesota Twins. And Drew, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Talk about it. What's it like now? You're in the big leagues, your first year. What has it been like for you?
It's been great. You know, everything that I've ever expected and more. I get to come to work at the cathedrals for ballparks and just play against the best players in the game. And it's really fun. I'm having a great time.
What has surprised you so far now that you've been in the big leagues? Anything that's surprised you that you're like, wow, I didn't expect that here in the big leagues?
Well, they always said that Yankee Stadium was the toughest to play at, and the crowds and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, you know what? You have crowds everywhere. How hard could it be? But you know what? The atmosphere there, the way they get behind their team is something else. So you have to experience it yourself.
Now, you have the role, the backup catcher behind Joe Mauer, the reigning American League MVP, three-time batting champion, Mr. Twin, the face of the franchise. What has that been like to play with Joe Mauer?
Honestly, it's been great for me. My first year coming up and being a rookie, I get to learn from the best player in the game. And he's arguably the best catcher to ever play. So to get to see how he does his everyday business, how he studies hitters, studies his own pitchers, and just goes about his work ethic is really something special for me to learn and take advantage of.
What advice has he given you as far as being successful here in the big leagues?
Just as the same game. It's the same game that I played back in Little League. It's just a little faster. And, take a deep breath, relax, and have fun.
Give me some. What are the other guys been? How have they treated you? There's been a guy that's you've looked up to as far as on the team. I mean, as far as showing you the ropes.
You know what? This team is really great as far as taking rookies under the wing and treating them well. We have our fun, we have our laughs. They get on us, and they make us carry some stuff. But as far as just being a collective team, it's really great. The organization is from top to bottom as treat rookies and veteran players equal, and it's really great and really fun to be a part of.
Let's talk about how you got here. You went to UCF, had a great career there, part of the ASUN regular season championship in '04, made it to the NCAA tournament, one game away from the Super Regionals, losing to Florida State. And then in your junior year in '05, you were the Johnny Bench semifinalist. Have you reflected back on your UCF career?
You know what, I have, and I wouldn't be where I am today without it. I got drafted out of high school, but I wasn't ready, and thanks to Coach Bergman and Cozart and Wolf and Frady, they prepared me mentally, physically, in every aspect of my game, and if it wasn't for them, I definitely wouldn't be here.
Why did you pick UCF? You came out of Bishop Moore. What was it that they sold you? I know Coach Cozart talking to him that they had your eye on you for a long time. What was it that sold you?
Well, they gave me a chance to play every day. And that was something that I wanted and something that I needed to mature and grow. Going to a big name school, unless you're a standout superstar, you're either redshirted or put behind a senior. And whereas UCF, we had a couple guys leaving that were seniors. And I thought I was ready, and obviously they gave me that confidence to show me I was ready to play, and gave me the opportunity to play every day as a freshman.
Of course, one of your former teammates is also on the Twins farm system. Matty Fox, how's he doing? Talk about him.
Yeah, he's doing real well. He's in AAA right now in Rochester, and he suffered some injuries in the beginning of his career, and has battled back great from them. He's in AAA pitching really well. He kind of went from at UCF throwing 95, 96 to having learn how to pitch now. He pitches at probably 88 to 90 and throws sink and some curveballs at him. So it's kind of a different role for him as far as a different change in pace and speeds and wise, but he's doing a great job at it and having a lot of success.
And of course, you got Mike Maroff, the last true UCF to kind of stay in the big leagues for a while. He's also with the Twins farm system. So the Twins are big fans of the UCF there. It seems a big family there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I played against Mike in the Winter League out in Puerto Rico, and when he signed with us, I was like, man, that's pretty good. We got 3 UCF at Minnesota. So it's good to see UCF, representing major leagues, and also in the NFL. We got a lot of guys in the NFL. And,
starting to pick up. Yeah.
So
Jermaine in basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's great to see that the programs at UCF are producing good athletes, and it's fun to see.
Let's talk about your journey. You drafted 5th round by the New York Mets. You started off there. You played, I believe, at the Brooklyn Cyclones. You started off right there. You did your tracks. In 2007, you made the Florida State Baseball League All-Star game in St. Lucie. Got promoted. Everything's going great. And then you get traded on the deadline to the Twins for Luis Castillo. Take us through that journey from Brooklyn to that point.
Well, it was exciting, obviously, getting drafted and starting my professional career is something I dreamed about, my entire life. So, what better way to do it in New York City? I went from playing, in front of 1,000, maybe 2,000 people in college to 10,000 every night in Brooklyn. So it was a great way to introduce and start my pro career. And went to Hagerstown next year in the Florida State League, I was fortunate enough to make the All-Star team. It was a really fun experience to do it in Florida, where all my family could come see me, and friends and roommates that I've had back in college. So it was good to do it there. And in 2007, I was like, I didn't know what was going on, as I'd never been traded before. Didn't really know anybody that had been traded, so I didn't know what would happen, what was the experience going to be like, and called my dad, who obviously had been through those things before, knew a lot about it, and said, hey, this is a great opportunity for you. Yes, they have Joe Mauer, but the Twins are a great organization. They run things the right way. They treat people the right way. And I was still kind of skeptical at first, because I didn't know what the Twins were about. And him being in the organization for those years that he played and managed for a little bit, he knew, and he proved me right. It's a great organization to be with. And looking back now, there's no reason for me to be nervous or wonder what was going to happen next.
For Knight fans that don't know, Sal Butera, your father, played for the Twins from 1980 to 1983, came back in '87, part of that World Series championship team as a backup catcher, ironically to Tim Laudner. They beat the Cardinals in that classic 7-game World Series. Do you remember any of that at all, or is it more like your dad's told you stories? What has he told you about his playing career?
Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot, just because I was so young. I see video all the time, and he brings out the good ones, not any of the bad ones. So I remember more of when he managed the minor leagues and when he coached the 1 year in the big leagues. But looking back, I kind of try to compare myself, and we kind of say, okay, hey, was I better than you back in the day? But no, it's great to have him and have his experience at a phone dial away. I can call him up anytime in any situation he's been through, and he has the ability to just kind of comfort me with, hey, listen, everything's gonna be okay. It'll work itself out. Good, bad, or different. You're here for a reason.
Of course, he is a scout. He saw you in person for the first time in the big leagues on July 29th in Kansas City. He's here on the Tropicana Field scouting for the Blue Jays, because the Blue Jays take on the Rays. What is that like, that your dad is here scouting the opponent, but yet he's watching you play? I mean, that's kind of unique.
Yeah, it's great that he gets to work his schedule around around my work and see me play. And it's good for my mom. She gets to come with him sometimes, and it's great having him here and being able to share some quality family time, which is good.
Talk about, you played in the minor leagues. Tell the Knight fans what it's like to be in the minor leagues. What's life like in the minor leagues? It's a constant travel, but it's not the hoopla that is in the big leagues. Compare and contrast the minors to the big leagues.
Okay, well, we'll start by the road trips. We spent long hours on a bus. I think my second year in Hagerstown, Maryland, in the South Atlantic League, the longest trip we had, I think, was 11 hours on a bus through the night. Yes, we had sleeper buses, but it's not the same. So as you go up, the travel gets a little better, the distances get shorter, and then now we have a private plane where we just hop on after the game, don't have to go through security or anything, and fly to our next destination. The cities are better, the food's better, the fans are better, stadium's better, the lights are better.
Yeah.
You name it, it's better, and that's the goal. You kind of have to pay your dues and go through your time in the minor leagues to get the reward. It's kind of like any job where you start off, you automatically, there are some exceptions, obviously.
Yeah.
You automatically don't get to to be the boss of any company. You have to start at the beginning and work your way up. So.
Take me to spring training. Obviously, this past year, you get how did it break? Did Gardenhire manager tell you when you made the team? How did that? Take me through that day when you found out you were going to be a Twin.
No, our third base coach, Scotty Irvin, told me. We had a split squad, which means one squad plays at home, the other one plays on the road. And I was on the road, scheduled to start. We got off the bus. We were playing the New York Yankees in Tampa, Legends Field. And as we were walking in the clubhouse, he said, "Hey, come into my office." I knew it was the day before, they made the decision, or we had to go up to Minnesota. So I knew I was going to find out one way or the other there. And he's like, "Hey, we're going to take you to Minnesota to do a backup for Joe." And I was speechless. I had, this is what I worked for my whole life. I thought in my mind how I would react, and how I want to react and how I don't want to react, and it was completely, totally different than anything I thought about. It was a truly great moment, and I'll never forget it.
And you've had some highlights during the year. I think back to that game against Philadelphia, that wild game, 11 innings, 13-10 when you guys came from behind. You had a big part of that. You hit your first Major League home run in that game.
Yeah.
Take me through that game.
Actually, I was pretty more excited for catching Jim Thomey's home run in the ninth inning.
That's right. It was a big milestone home run for him.
But no, we had, it was great. We battled back. I think we were down 6 runs or 7 runs, and we battled back in the 9th inning, tied it up, and we had ran out of players because we had changed pitchers, and pitchers didn't hit, so we pitched it for us. I was the only guy left on the bench, and pitchers were leading off the inning, so they called me in from the bullpen. I come running in, and Gary tells me, "Hey, you're leading off the inning." It's okay. My job is to try to get on base, try to start a rally or something. I take a pitch for a strike, and then next one he lays in there is just kind of hanging cutter. I try to go the other way. Next thing I know, it's in the seat, so I was pretty excited. I was trying not to run around the bases too fast.
No, you want to save it a little bit, a couple of more minutes now. Now, you're in the middle of a pennant chase here. You Twins, the White Sox, the Tigers a little bit back. They're struggling a little bit, but I mean, every game here is big, and yeah, you've got a big role here. I mean, Joe's got right now is dealing with some shoulder, so you're catching more often than. Take me through that. The fact that not only are you playing more than you're also in a big playoff race here.
That makes it fun, It's good to play for somebody and good to be in a kind of race, and it brings the team together, and it kind of lights a fire on us and gets us going. That's what you want to do. You don't want to be 15 games out, kind of nothing to play for. Making it interesting is always makes it more fun. So I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to help the team out any way I can, and go from there.
Last question: what do you feel you need to work on to kind of you're in the big leagues? What do you have to kind of work on? Do you feel to make yourself better?
Honestly, pretty much everything. Once you stop getting better, and once you stop, wanting to get better, it's kind of when I think it's time to just hang it up. I think in life and in baseball, you can always strive to be better at something, whether it's offense or just being a better person in general. And I think through my whole career, I hope to always look for something to get better, whether it be offense, defense, calling a game, throwing out runners. You can never be the best. So, or I should say, you can never be 100%. So it's something to push for, something to go for, and just really work on the whole game.
Well, on behalf of Knight fans, Drew, we wish you well. The rest of the big leagues will be following you. We appreciate you taking the time. I know many Knights fans are following you as we speak, and many are very proud of you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Drew Butera, everybody. I'm Eric Lopez here for UCFSports.com.